What do you need to take a good photograph? I was thinking about that just a few weeks ago when I was out having a walk through a local park. Well, stick with me because I'm going to try and answer that from a very basic point of view. Welcome again to another of my videos. I'm going to consider, as I suggested at the beginning, what do you need to take a good photograph? And there's three basic things that I want us to consider. And this is simply my take. This is not technical. It's just, as I say, three basic things that we need. And the first of those is, obviously, you need a camera. Now, I'm not suggesting in order to take a good photograph you need to buy a Leica or a Hasselblad. I mean, for most of my photographs I use Fujifilm cameras. That's a crop sensor camera and it's perfectly adequate for the landscape photography that I do. But I was out walking in a local park and I didn't have my camera with me. And the lighting was just lovely. There had been a fall of rain, and I thought, oh, I haven't got my camera, but I did have my phone. So I ended up taking a whole bunch of photographs on my mobile phone. And I thought at the end of the day, you know, when I looked at those photographs, they looked not too bad on the camera. So I thought, well, let's just have a wee test and see what you think about the photographs that I took on my mobile phone. But the first thing is absolutely essential, of course, that you have a camera. And I mean, these days, anybody can take a photograph. If you've got a smartphone, then certainly you can take a photograph on that. But there's more to it than just having a camera. You don't need the most expensive cameras. You simply need a camera that takes a photograph. That's the first crucial thing before we look at the second point. The second essential for taking a good photograph, of course, is light. If you take the word photography, it's made up of two Greek words, phos, which means light, and graphe, which means drawing or writing. So the word photography, which was coined back in the 1800s, simply means drawing or writing with light. And light, if you don't have light, then you're not going to be able to take a photograph. And light can make all the difference. It highlights contrast. If you've got the sun or a light source at an angle, then you get the relief that with the contrast of the shadows and the light and so on. Or if you've got a sunset, that it shows up with really beautiful colors and so on. So light is absolutely essential, and it's how the light can make the difference to a photograph, depending on whether it's dull light or bright light or side light or whatever. And you can take the same scene under different lighting conditions and the scene can look completely different. So light is an absolute essential, and you'll sometimes hear me saying in my videos that the light here is just incredible. So light is the second essential thing that you need to take a good photograph. What stood out for me here was the contrast of the tree, the light bark of the tree set against the darker trees in the background. But there's also a very faint beam of light which seems to be highlighting the tree and the grass just in front of it as well. And the third essential for a good photograph is an eye. I'm not simply saying that you need to be able to see. Of course you need to be able to see, but you need to be able to see the picture, see the image that you want to capture from the scene that's in front of you. And it's all about composition, rule of thirds or whatever. There's all various things like that. But you need to have an eye for a picture because, as I say, anybody can just point their camera or their phone or whatever, snap a picture, but you need to take time and just to consider the view that's in front of you, thinking particularly of landscape here, and just move around a bit and just make sure you get the framing just the way that you want it to look, so that it brings out the best from the scene that's in front of you. Now, obviously, to a large extent, photography is, or for photographers, it's subjective, and not everybody sees it the same way as the photographer might do. But generally speaking, most people can tell if the photographer's had a good eye here and they've taken a good picture. Okay, so there's 3 things that are essential for taking a good photograph, and all the pictures that you'll see on this video have been taken with my smartphone, and you can judge for yourself whether you think these photographs are good enough. There's nothing that's going to be hung up on a wall here. There's nothing here that's going to win any competitions. But it was simply an experiment to help you see that if you've got some kind of camera, it doesn't matter whether, even a film camera or a smartphone or a Hasselblad or whatever, you just need these 3 things. You need a camera, you need light, and you need to have an eye for the picture. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy the video. I'll make some commentary to some of the photographs along the way, just to highlight what I was seeing with my eye in order to take that photograph. Okay, hope you enjoy the video. Thank you. This scene has a nice leading line of the river snaking its way in an S shape towards the distance, helped by the leaning tree on the right hand side as well, which is just adding to it. This is a yellow flag iris, nicely contrasted against its green leaves. It's actually poisonous if ingested. It's toxic for dogs and cats and grazing animals. Danger masked by beauty. The reflection of the trees in the still water really made this picture for me. The shadow area of the foreground contrasts with the illuminated central part and also highlights depth in a 2-dimensional image. An attractive cluster of trees in the background there, contrasted with the yellow flowers in the foreground. I like the 2 trees that almost mirror each other, along with the shadows created on the path. Can you see a face detailed in the bark of this tree? This lovely tall tree proudly standing, illuminated by the sun. What do you need to take a good photograph? That's a question that I've been... No, start again. And I'm considering this question of what does it take... And we're going to consider in this video what it takes to... Oh, come on. So we're going to consider this question of what does it take... Oh, come on. That's a question that was going through my mind a couple of weeks ago. So the second thing that is an essential for taking a good photograph is light. And yes,